All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Sock and WFZ taking place here on Swamp Temple. Sock has spawned as the red human player over here on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the top left, we have WFZ spawning as the blue undead. Hello, Thanatopsis. How are our Thanatopsis? Thank you for tuning in. Always nice to have some additional people to go ahead along and cast with and play with as things are currently getting underway. So far, well, Swamp Temple, one of those maps that has recently become more popular after 1.30. Pepcat. Well, hello everyone out there on Twitch as well. Thank you for tuning in. I wanted to see if I can actually get my Twitch numbers up. If Twitch numbers go up, maybe, you know what, and there's actually a large enough community, maybe I'll start trying to do some more regular cast as opposed to just trying to squeeze in whenever I have the time. Anyway, Ultra of Kings currently coming into play. It is going to be an Archmage versus a Death Knight. No big surprises there by any stretch of the imagination. Archmage and Death Knight pretty much the primary go-to heroes, and they have been, well, since Reign of Chaos, it really feels like. Archmage leading that caster army, even though there is a lot more, well, destroyers and obsidian statues, destroyers out there to try and cancel it. You still find yourself with priests that just generally don't have that much mana compared to obsidian statues, where you only need 2 or 3, and if you do quote-unquote over-invest in them, you can go for destroyers, which are very powerful units, especially if your opponent has heavy armor units as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down. Archmage about to make his way out. Footman will be making his rounds out as well, as well, some early creeping currently coming into play. Water Elemental has been dropped down. We'll see if a Militia also make its way over. 3-3-3 creep camp will get cleared out pretty fast. No big problems there. Forest Troll Trapper, this other one, for some reason has not tried to ensnare anything as the Archmage picks up a Ring of Protection. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Death Knight by his lonesome self, using some, well, skeletal minions. The magic is with him, and will be able to clear out the remainder of this creep camp without much of an issue. Now, the problem for the Footman is Sock does not want his Footman to get ensnared. If that Footman gets ensnared, it's pretty much instantaneous death for him, since he'll easily get surrounded and then perhaps get taken out. Footman now once again on the move. Meanwhile, Archmage gonna stay at level 1, will get to level 2 after this skeletal marksman gets taken down. You can see those cold arrows having a big effect there, as the skeleton archer getting a shot off as well. Low hit point Footman, well, trying to pull the rest of this army away. You can see that the Death Knight is right here. In comes some damage. This Footman needs to be very careful. It's going to start taking some damage as well. And now that the rest of the army is here, what is going on? Low hit point Footman may try to retreat back. Meanwhile, Skeletal Minion's going to go ahead and do some big damage there. There goes another Skeletal Minion, and damage has been added back up. Giant Skeleton Warrior will get taken down at the hands of the Archmage, and Sock with some quick kill steals. And unfortunately for the Death Knight could not death coil these units in order to deal damage, as they were undead. So a little bit of a specific style. However, he does get some experience off of a water elemental instead, as the Death Knight now trying to retreat back. Death Knight now down to 311 hit points, trying to retreat back once more. Archmage is just putting forth more superficial damage. Well, actually not that superficial, considering the +6 attack from that Archmage having a lot more mana, better mana regeneration as well, as we're now looking to clear out this Enforcer and Kobold creep camp. Archmage will stay at level 2. Meanwhile, Death Knight will have to play it a little bit more carefully. He doesn't want that early damage to add up. Enforcer finally gets taken down. It is going to be a replenishment potion. Unfortunately, he does not have, well, hit points to recover. Otherwise, he may consider using that already. back off to the north over here. Death Knight, where is it gonna go? He really wants to get to level 2, and he may be going for yet this 3-3-2 creep camp all the way at the other end of the map. There you can have it. Death Knight going straight after that Tide Caller. You're going to see that damage add up very quickly because of that normal damage. Meanwhile, Archmage should be getting to level 3, if not already there. There you have it, level 3 on the Archmage. Picks up, I believe that was a manual of health. No, that was not. Well, 475. 500, yeah, 550. That was I believe that was a manual of health, or it could have been 2 additional strength. Well, kind of forgot all of my stats already. Anyways, what is going to be going down here? Death Knight, Crypt Fiend, Skeletal Minions now making their way across. Archmage, Lightning Shield onto the Rifleman. Rifleman gonna reposition himself once more, not add up all of that Lightning Shield. Hi to Germany, how are you doing? As the Archmage does pick up a very important, well, potion of invulnerability. That Lightning Shield has added up a lot of damage once more. That Rifleman may decide to back off. Archmage could consider using that replenishment potion now, as it, or, well, nope, decides to, well, he uses it. He went up to the shop and looked like he didn't use it, but did use it instead. Thank you for tuning in. Always glad, always enjoying. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, or suggestions on how I can improve, I have been doing this for many, many years, but feedback, as long as it is constructive, will be accepted and considered. All right, Rune of Lesser Healing going to be used, picking up a massive healing on top of all of these units once more. Water Elemental now making its way back down. Let's take a look. Mountain King off to the south here. Gonna try and clear out this 5-4-4-3 creep camp, which will give the Mountain King level 2 if the Archmage decides to back up. That is a big if, though. Forest Troll, Shadow Priest quickly getting bashed. A lot of damage being absorbed. Low hit point Footman. What is going on here? Footman getting taken out. No real micro at all. That was actually a big question as a Priest now joins in on the fight. We are going into a single Arcane Sanctum. This has become much more common as of late. No more needing dual Arcane Sanctums as the Archmage gets to level 4. Mountain King picks up the Ring of Regeneration and also that Ring of Protection, as he's going to be the one taking the majority of the damage. Undead still not considering going for, going for an expansion yet. He does have that Lich. Undead players often do not go for expansions, and we should be looking at a very, well, technological heavy Undead army here. Also, the Lich should be picking up that Orb of Corruption, that -4 armor, so helpful. And, well, it's such a mainstay that it almost feels like you're ahead if your opponent doesn't have it. All right, Mountain King gonna go ahead and finish that off. Picks up a Book of the Dead, but the Book of the Dead is a double-edged sword in the Undead matchup. Thank you for the bits, Alacrity. Thank you for the bits. Definitely helps, pays the bills. As we are looking at the Mountain King finish off the remaining units here. Mountain King gets up to level 3, but as I was saying, Book of the Dead, if you use it at the wrong opportunity or wrong time when your opponent already has destroyers, as we should be seeing destroyer upgrade, all of a sudden that damage will come back to haunt you as the obsidian statue turns into a destroyer and then just devours all 6 of those units pretty much instantaneously. All right, gonna go ahead and try to grab another Title Lord. This is gonna be a big question right now. Mountain King up in that front position, perhaps gonna try to go after the Title Lord himself, trying to pull back the units. However, everyone does see what's going on. What is going on after all of these units? We could see a potential Creepjack, Death Knight, Destroyers already making their way over. Here we go. Death Coil, Frost Nova onto a Rifleman, and down it goes already. Abomination now taking some damage. We could see a Death Coil or a Stormbolt, yeah, onto that Abomination. He could get taken down. No. Death Knight with the Death Coil already, as the Destroyers are going straight after, well, all of those Footmen now. Now you have an army of medium armor units, and if the Mountain King is perhaps able to get a big Stormbolt across any units, that may end up working out well. All right, Rifleman taking a lot more damage, needs to be backing up. Nope. The focus fire of the Undead starting to just add up far too quickly. Destroyers still have a good amount of mana, continuing to devour all of that magic again. As you're taking a look, Rifleman with 1-0 upgrades, just not strong enough to counter what you're taking a look at here. Rifleman now trying to back up once more. Rifleman taking a lot of damage. It once again out of position. And WFZ is just making sure to make Sock pay for any mistakes. A handful of mistakes being made by Sock. And all of a sudden, WFZ has the supply lead. Big play right there. And you're going to see the Death Knight with that chase able and that 10% movement speed aura able to chase down those units. Yeah, 10% movement speed aura, very big deal, as it allows those Crypt Fiends and, well, all of those units to just move that much more quickly. Meanwhile, Paladin now getting added into the army for the human side, as we're looking at a 4-3-1 going up against, I believe, a 4-2. All right, no, 3-2. So the Undead with the lower army, lower hit point, or excuse me, lower leveled heroes actually comes out ahead. However, what's this? Death Knight now joins out in the fight, picks up a Book of the Dead. Water Elemental is quickly getting devoured already. Destroyers now making their way over. Flying Machines being forced to back up. There is not enough Flying Machines. Meanwhile, Priest tries to stay alive. Is he going to be able to get away, as the Enforcers are just, well, putting the pressure onto those priests who are just simply trying to get back with the rest of that army. Enforcers now coming back down here. Priest walks into his own army, well, walks amongst a whole bunch of creep camps, and now getting taken down as well. Fly Machines chasing after Destroyers. Destroyer could end up getting taken down. It looks like it will get taken down. There goes one Destroyer, as the Fly Machines are also getting taken down as well. Mountain King, Holy Light, staying alive a little while longer. Fly Machines could be trying to turn back around. Death Coil saves the Abomination. Meanwhile, Devour Magic takes out a Water Elemental. 2 Obsidian Statues still in the backfield. 41 supply compared to 45. Holy Light saving a Rifleman. 2-0 upgrade. Still not enough, as the Abomination is still trying to give chase. Right, well, Skeletal Archers able to do their damage. Meanwhile, Mountain King has, I repeat, has a Book of the Dead, but that is just going to be too much. The instant he uses it, that the bad things will occur. Mountain King does need to retreat back. The hero nuking power of the Undead Lich combination, able to pick off those units. And there it goes. Archmage making its rounds. Meanwhile, Obsidian Statues taking a large bit of damage as well. Death Knight, Holy Light comes into play, and you can see those Obsidian Statues far in the backfield, because they are not because they are mechanical units, cannot get Storm Bolted. No Storm Bolt on that unit there. Meanwhile, Water Elemental, I believe, gets denied, as the Archmage sits at level 4. Level 2, Brilliance Aura. We are looking at Priest with Inner Fire. Interesting choice to go Inner Fire against an opponent who has Destroyers. Destroyers will just devour that Inner Fire, recover all of that damage here. As you're taking a look, Skeletal Archers trying to get taken down, will in fact get taken down. Devour Magic again, down to 180 mana. All right, Stormbolt onto the Death Knight. Meanwhile, Paladin gets does not get the Holy Light off. Ends up falling. Mountain King with the Ring of Regeneration perhaps should have been given over here instead, as the Mountain King. Will it be able to catch up in time? No, as we now see a level 4 Lich. Level 4 Lich should be able to finish off another Fly Machine. Yes, it will. There it goes. Destroyers shooting down those Flying Machines like with no problem whatsoever. Flying Machines almost feels like they need medium armor instead of heavy armor to truly counteract against the air. That way they would only really lose the Hippogriffs and Gargoyles, which are other anti-air units as well. But then again, my human bias may be showing, as I do have a difficulty dealing with Destroyers. But Flying Machines, it just seems like you have to mass up so many in order to be able to get into a good spot. Hey Chris, how you doing? Finally viewing on Twitch. I do appreciate it very much. Paladin up in that front position. Are we going to see a Holy Light onto the Water Elemental? No. Devotion, or excuse me, not Devotion, or Divine Shield, most likely to be picked up by the Paladin in order to survive a little while longer. Mountain King coupled or with that Archmage. Supply 48 compared to 56. So Sock is currently sitting while trying to build up his bank before he breaks into low upkeep. Meanwhile, WFZ already has a good bank and has a 6 supply advantage. If the Paladin, however, can get to level 3, level 2 Holy Light could be all the difference as well, as we're also looking at a Death Knight and a Lich ready to make their way out. Level 5 on that Death Knight, most likely level 4 on that Lich after the clearing of this creep camp. The Paladin still sitting at level 2, and as all the creep camps have been cleared out, yes, the majority of the creep camps have been cleared out except for this dragon turtle over here on the top right. If you get creep jacked at that dragon turtle, you will end up getting taken down. We are also looking at 3-0 upgrades on those destroyers, or excuse me, on those riflemen. Destroyers are looking at 0-0 upgrades right now. All right, Obsidian statues making their way forward. Looks like they'll be able to finish off all of those crab limb rippers. Archmage is not making his way off to the north here, interestingly enough, as we are looking at the Mountain King perhaps transferring some items. Mountain King up to 390 mana with that double mantle of intelligence. Finally into 57 supply. The expansion is currently underway. Obviously, no gold has been given there yet. Gonna go ahead and sell some items. Ring of Regeneration on that Paladin. That does make a lot of sense as the flying machines are at 2-0, soon to be... Oh, I thought we were going to be at 3-0 upgrades. No, it looks like that upgrade tech was gone? Yeah. All right. Nope. Unless that icon was different. I thought he was already at level 2. Now I saw the gunpowder, so I thought it was level 3. That is not the case. Archmage now makes its way over. Water Elemental. Gonna find an Acolyte here that could get taken down. Army gonna come back the other way. Abominations. And lots of them. 6 Abominations to deal with. A large amount of riflemen. That is a problem. Mountain King, even with Stormbolt, and trying to focus fire it down, that is simply not going to work at all. Never give up on casting. It took Rush decades before he became famous with his show. All right, well, what, do I just need to be more controversial? All right, anyways, let's take a look. Destroyers here ready to go. Abominations here ready to go. Fly machines looking to pull back here. Archmage trying to get into a good position right now. 66 supply compared to 64. Army supply is about the same. Death Knight takes a little bit of focus fire. Paladin will be forced to back off though. There's a big thunderclap followed by Blizzard. Blizzard, no silence. This could be the turnaround he's looking for. Fly machines, however, taking far too much damage as he was in the midst of that blizzard. All right, Thunderclap being brought over. Death Knight with the Death Coil just in time. Paladin, Holy Light. Let's take a look. Another big unit there. Paladin now with level 3. Is it going to be able to... Yes, level 2 Holy Light. Divine Shield could be coming in there as we are looking at more blizzard raining down. There goes one Abomination. There goes 2 Abominations. The Abominations are just falling over. However, the Mountain King is now down. I repeat, Mountain King now down. That is going to be a problem as there's no more front line to deal with all of those units. All right, Abomination gets finished off here. And what is going on? There is the retreat. 47 supply compared to 49. But that Abomination front line, 4 of them went down. The problem... WFZ now has an operational expansion. Yes, there is only 1 Acolyte mining. I gotta believe more should be on their way or will be on their way, as you can take a look at it now. Mountain King, is it getting resurrected? No. That means it is going to be popping out of the tavern here in just a moment. There you have it, Mountain King back out onto the field. Are we going to see perhaps there's a Holy Light? The Paladin could or the Archmage could take those Mantles of Intelligence, give the Mountain King the Potion of Greater Mana. Oh, Stormbolt, is it going to... Yes, Stormbolt onto the Abomination. There you have it. Abomination could get taken down before it even really gets up. There goes a Death Coil. Big deal right there, as we could have lost a unit in transit. Blizzard coming across. No Thunderclap as of yet. There it goes, as the Archmage will be forced to retreat. Archmage taking a lot of damage. There's a Holy Light. Will it be able to get away? Sock's in trouble. There's another Thunderclap. Archmage needs Spellbreakers as a front line to try and deal damage back. Mountain King is in trouble. However, the Blizzard is still raining down, causing problems. Silence being trained up by the Dark Ranger, fighting next to the tavern, actually being the downfall of Sock, as all of a sudden that crazy Blizzard tech will be handled by a encountered by a level 1 hero. Let's take a look. Continuing this fight, Sock down to 48 supply compared to 65. Archmage has not much going on. Not that much mana. Mountain King is in trouble. He does have a potion of invulnerability, but that will be the end of that. Sock easily taking this game with a 5-5-1 hero combination. Meanwhile, let's take a look. Overall army size, there you have it, 70 compared to 65. More gold. It feels, it pretty much feels like WFZ won in every single category. Sock harvesting more lumber, but in the end, it really came down to gold. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.